Welcome to a noble society of young urban entrepreneurs sharing knowledge and building wealth. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
The hustle is in your bones. It runs through your veins. It's that ambition to do more, become more. You can feel it. You know you have what it takes. You know you can build a life you've been dreaming of. It's time you live up to your potential. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the League of Hustlers, a motivational podcast for the heavy hitters and the goal getters, where we share knowledge and build wealth. I'm your co-host, HT.
And I'm CD Barnes.
And this is another episode of the League of Hustlers. How y'all doing? Y'all feeling all right out there? Okay, yeah, it's good. Pull up a seat to the round table. First and foremost, we'd like for you to make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you hit the notification bell, smash that bell to be updated whenever we drop a new episode. And this episode is one of those new episodes that you need to hear, you need to watch, you need to see. Okay, very important stuff. All right, and today we're gonna be talking about why it's so important for you to grind. Okay, and some people say don't say grind or don't say this, but what we're getting at is that when we say grind, we just want you to make continuous effort. Okay, put forth continuous effort, persistent continuous effort. So call it grind, call it whatever you want to, call it persistence, call it whatever you want to. I don't care, but just make sure, okay, that you are putting forth continuous effort, day to day, minute by minute, hour by hour. Okay, continually push toward your goal. And that's why we always try to end with, and we always try to say, go get it. Okay, we don't say wait and go get it. We don't say take a break and go get it. No, we're saying go get it continuously. Okay, persistently, go get it. So let's jump into this episode. All right, first point. What do you got for him, CD?
And we're talking about persistent, continuous growth. All right. You're going to need to be putting out effort consistently. How are you going to do that? All right. So the first point, the first strategy is discipline. Exercise discipline over motivation. Okay. Now let me kind of dig into that and unpack that a little bit. So motivation is basically that spark, and we're talking about external motivation specifically. But it's that spark that you get. Somebody gives you, a word of encouragement. You get to a class or you start a new project and you're excited. You're thrilled. You have high goals. You set these expectations. I'm about to lose 20 pounds. I'm ready. I'm getting an A in this class. I'm ready. I'm launching my business this month. I'm ready. But what happens is that spark tends to fizzle out. And if you're solely driven by external motivation, then your effort also fizzles out. The work also fizzles out. And that's the issue. If you have discipline in place, then you can continue the effort. You can continue the work, even when the motivation fizzles out. So that's strategy number one. Exercise discipline over motivation. Motivation is great. Whenever you get that momentum, whenever you get that extra push, hit the gas, run with it. All right.
Yeah.
But just know there's going to be some days where you may not be that motivated to study for that class where you want to get the A. You may not be that motivated making all those phone calls to make the business work. But discipline is going to be the thing that carries you through those moments. It's that discipline is basically doing what has to be done whether you feel like it or not. That's
Right.
basically, what discipline is. So strategy number one, key one, focus on discipline. All right. Motivation is great, but focus on the discipline.
I like that, man. That's really profound when you start to unpack that,
Yeah.
right?
It's a big one.
Like you give a kid motivation, like, hey, if you make an A, I'll give you $20. You know, if you clean your room, I'll do this. Or, you know, even on jobs, people will be like, if you hit a certain sales goal, I'll give you this, right? That's that external motivation that we're talking about there. But having that internal discipline is going to guarantee persistent,
There you
continuous
go.
action,
Hmm.
right? It's going to guarantee that persistent, continuous action. And being that we as humans, we have free will, we get to choose. We choose what we want to do minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, right? We have that free will to choose. That's where we kind of get in trouble, right? And we're like, you know, well, since I'm not getting a bonus, I'm going to do something else. Or since I'm not getting a reward, since I'm not getting an external motivation, then I'm going to do something else, right? But what we're saying is that ingrain in yourself that discipline, right? That discipline to, it doesn't matter what's going on, just internally, you want to, or internally, you've already set that precedence that every single day I'm going to do something. A perfect example is like working out, right? Some people, like I know some people that work out every single day, right?
Hmm.
If not every day, at least 5 days a week, right? And I might tip my hat to to y'all, but that's what we're talking about, like that type of discipline. With me is different. My discipline, like every single day and almost every hour out of the day, I'm working on business stuff, right? Something to do with my business. So I've created that internal discipline where even on vacation, I'm working. Even, you know, outside of business hours, I'm working, right? And so that's the discipline that I've created. That kind of leads into the next point, right? Is like just looking at different examples, right? And one thing I like to do is always like reference nature, right? Reference nature. What is the natural process of things? Okay. Perfect example is a seed. All right. A seed is dropped and you consistently grows, right? Period, point blank. That's it. The seed continuously grows. What does the seed do? It continuously grows. Minute by minute, hour by hour, it continuously grows. CD, you had a point about Mark Cuban, I think we were talking about.
Yeah. So, to your point about nature, though, like I've definitely seen that, man. Like I walk out the house in the morning and look at a bush or a flower and it's one particular way, and you're gone long enough, you come back by the end of the day or even the next morning, and you can see that there's been a difference. You know what I mean? So it's continuously growing, it's continuously
Yeah.
doing something. But to the Mark Cuban, um, I was listening to him speak on successful businesses on YouTube, and he was talking about that the effort that's required for success. And he was
Mm-hmm.
just saying like there's a lot of factors and there's a lot of different things, that are out of your control. Some people are going to be more talented than you. If
Right.
you're up against larger companies, they're probably going to have more resources than you, things of that nature. But he was saying the one thing that you can control is your effort, the amount of effort that you're actually putting into your goal, the amount of effort that you're pouring into your vision.
Precisely.
With that, it's that continuous work. Basically, we're talking about work. Doing work, effort is work. Grinding, we're talking about work. Hustling, we're talking about actually putting in work, doing the stuff, the steps that's required to make you successful at whatever your goal is.
We're
Putting
talking
in
about taking action,
That's
Call it
it.
what you want. Because
That's
I've
it.
known some people to try to check me and be like, well, you shouldn't grind or
You shouldn't grind.
you
Yeah.
shouldn't stress. We're not talking about stress. I don't care. Like people get into these semantics, man. I
Yeah.
don't you call it what you want to, but what we're talking about is taking continuous action. You call it
That's it.
hustling, you can call it grinding, you can call it whatever you want to. But all we're saying is that persistent, continuous steps. It could be
Hmm.
baby steps.
That's man.
You know what I mean? It could be
Yeah.
baby steps. It can be big steps. But take whatever kind of step you want to. You can manifest, you can, meditate, you can, burn the midnight oil, whatever it is. It's just that continuous steps. Look at a plant every single millisecond out of the day, every nanosecond out of a day. A plant continuously grows
Hmm.
millimeter by millimeter,
That's it.
nanometer by nanometer.
Small baby steps.
That's it. That's the only
Working.
thing the plant thinks about, right?
It's working to fulfill its purpose
Boom.
every instant of its life. The entire time, it's just working to fulfill its purpose.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's what we have to do. Set your purpose and put in the effort consistently, continuously. Be disciplined enough to do it when you don't feel like it. Consistently put in the effort to fulfill the purpose that you designed. Is your purpose. You designed it for the most part,
Right.
as humans, like H was saying, we have that ability to do that. You can set your goal. I
Right.
want to go here. I want to go there. It's your
Right.
goal. It's your purpose.
And
You
it's
know.
kind of like a gift and a curse, right? Our free will. Because
Mm-hmm.
think of how think of how successful a tree is. I know this seems rudimentary or it seems elementary. It seems so simple, right? A plant, a tree. But think of how successful a tree is, right? When it hits the ground, immediately it goes into when it's buried, immediately it starts that process.
Process begins.
Immediately, right? And it's so minute, but imagine how successful a seed is, a tree. It hits the ground and immediately it starts taking immediate steps, millimeter by millimeter. It kicks into motion. And every single second of the day, what is it thinking about? Becoming a tree. As soon as
Mm-hmm.
that seed hits the ground, every single second of the day, that's all it thinks about. That's all it
In
does.
a tree.
It starts becoming a tree. And it's super successful. But with humans, with us, we have this, it's like this free will, and we can be like, we have this goal and we know where we want to go, but it's like, oh, instead of working towards that goal, I'm gonna go over here and watch, scroll through Instagram, watch Netflix, watch P Valley. I'm gonna, you know, waste time on Facebook or go do this, go do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so all we're saying is that be like the tree, be like the seed. That's all it thinks about, and that's all it works towards. Is that becoming a tree, and it takes every single second, and it works towards it, and it ends up being super successful.
Continuous effort. And back to Mark Cuban, that's basically what he was saying.
Yeah.
He was saying, hey, I am always busy working on my work. I'm always putting in effort towards my businesses and being successful. He
Mm-hmm.
was like, and if I'm not actually doing the work, then I'm just preparing to do the work. Even when I'm on vacation, if I'm lounging on the beach, I'm reading a book. I'm
Boom.
preparing, myself mentally for something. Or if I'm not reading the book, I'm listening to the audio. Or so it's like every minute, you know what I mean? You just have to become that thing. I like that though. It's like, what is a seed thinking about? Becoming a tree.
That's it. That's the
Becoming
vibes,
a
man.
tree.
That's the vibes it's putting out.
That's it.
That's the
So,
that's the vibration that it's in,
mm-hmm.
right? And that's what we have to do. We got to put ourselves in that vibration. Okay. People be like, good vibes only. That's it.
That's it.
Choose the vibration that you want to be in. The seed is in the vibration of becoming a tree. And that's it. And that leads us to the third point, right? It's purpose, right? Having a purpose, having a clear purpose, right? The seed's purpose is to become a tree. Okay. So what's your purpose? Your purpose is going to help guide you, right? In those times where it gets difficult. Your purpose is going to help keep you on the right path. And then that's where the discipline that we talked about earlier comes into play. It's having that purpose. You have your why, what you're working towards. Okay. You have a reason why you're working towards it. You have that why, and it's going to keep you on track. So when it gets tough, right? When you don't have that external motivation, purpose keeps you on track. And it reminds you your why. It reminds you that you need to stay disciplined and keep working towards it. Okay? You see how all that ties together? Leave a comment. If this is resonating with you, hit the like button. Share this episode. What else do you have with purpose, bro?
That's it, man. I think you hit it. I think you hit it right on the head. That's exactly where you need to be. Get your purpose together. Your purpose should be so magnetic, so polarizing that those mornings when you don't feel like getting out of bed, you don't feel like studying, you don't feel like working on the business, you don't feel like working on the relationship, whatever it is, you got that goal in front of you, that purpose that's so magnetic, it's so polarizing, it means so much to you to achieve it that it pulls you out of bed. It pulls you to open the book. It pulls you to start taking action, to start putting in the effort, to start doing the work.
Right.
I mean, that's your purpose needs to be strong enough to help you move along, man. You're gonna need that discipline, but that having a really strong purpose is just another motivating factor to help push you along.
Right.
And you need.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And so that leads us right into the challenge. The challenge. Each and every episode, we like to hit you with an actionable challenge that you can partake in that's going to help move you closer to your goals. Gone are the days of just listening to podcasts and getting a bunch of lip service. We at the League of Hustlers, we like to give you steps to take action so that you can go get it. Whatever your it is, let's go get it. Today's challenge is for you to make a simple commitment to yourself. All right? Make a simple commitment to yourself to implement some type of disciplinary, well, not disciplinary.
Don't whoop yourself.
No, we're not. Don't whoop yourself. Implement some type of discipline, right? Some type of regimen, okay, that you do every day. Small things that you can do every day. Think about like fitness. Some people that, like I said earlier, they work out every day. They have a routine every single day. They get up and run, or they get up and, go to the gym, or they get up and do a certain amount of push-ups, a certain amount of sit-ups, a certain amount of whatever, or they take a bike ride, or they go walking, or they go running. Okay. So commit to yourself. Make a small commitment to yourself to do something every single day. Your day is not successful unless you do this one thing. Okay. And whatever that one thing is, make sure that it's going to help move you closer. Okay. Like I said, with me personally, I make sure that every single day that I do something related to my businesses, period. Like, and at this point, it's so ingrained in me that it's second nature. If I'm not doing it, I feel like something is wrong. I had one of my old bosses that we had a conversation, and we were talking about running. He was a runner. He probably still is, and he brought that up. It's like he just runs, and not just like around the block. I'm talking about like miles, like 6 miles a day, 8 miles sometimes. And it's just natural to him. And if he doesn't do it, he said it feels unnatural, like his day is off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a discipline that he's created, okay, within himself. So that's what we want you to do. So today's challenge is for you to just something small. It doesn't have to be this grandiose thing. Just make up your mind, make a commitment to yourself to start today with some small regimen, whatever your goal is, but make a small step towards it. If you want to be a writer, make a commitment today to write a page every single day. Just put time aside. Maybe a page is too much. Make a commitment to write a paragraph a day if you want to be a writer. If you want to be a photographer, make a commitment to take one good photo every single day. All right, but you see where we're going with this? Just make a commitment, okay, to take a small step. Create that discipline within yourself until it becomes second nature. All right? What you got for him, CD?
That's it, man. Continuous effort. Make sure you're applying that every single day. Impose those small disciplinary type actions into your own day, those little steps, and you will see continuous growth. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So if you got any questions, of course, you can hit us up in the email, questions@leagueofhustlers.com. Leave a comment. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, this audio, whatever platform you're listening on. All right. We appreciate you. And there's only one thing left to do.
Yeah, man.
Go get it.
Yeah.